name is Emma Suter, and today I will be talking about the differences between potential and kinetic energy, in addition to the different types of potential and kinetic energy. So let's think about potential energy and kinetic energy like a bike. Potential energy is when your bike is sitting at the top of a hill waiting to move. It has energy stored up because gravity can pull it down, but it hasn't started rolling yet. It's like when you pull back a swing before letting go, it has the potential to move. Kinetic energy is when you start riding the bike and rolling down the hill. Now the stored up energy is being used and you're moving. The faster you go, the more kinetic energy you have. So, potential energy is like holding onto something before it moves, and kinetic energy is when it's actually moving. There are three main types of potential energy, and they each come from different sources. Chemical energy happens inside things like food, batteries, and fuel. Imagine an apple. It has stored up energy from the nutrients inside. When you eat it, your body uses the energy to help you run and play. Elastic energy is when something is stretched or squished. Think about a stretched rubber band. Before you let go, it has potential energy stored up. The moment you release it, that energy turns into motion. And finally, gravitational energy happens because of gravity. Imagine a ball sitting on a table. If the ball falls off, gravity will pull it down. The higher an object is, the more gravitational potential energy it has before it starts moving. So, chemical energy is from stored energy inside things, elastic energy is from stretching or squishing, and gravitational energy is from height. On the other hand, kinetic energy is energy in motion, and it comes in different forms. Here are the five main types in order. Mechanical energy is energy of moving objects. Imagine a soccer ball flying through the air or a bicycle speeding down the road. They're both using mechanical energy because they're physically moving. Electrical energy is energy from moving electric charges. Think of lightning or electricity running through a wire to power your TV. When electrons move, they create electrical energy. Light energy moves in waves and it lets us see. Imagine the sun shining down or a lamp lighting up a room. Light energy moves fast and even travels through space. Thermal energy is heat energy. When something gets warm, its tiny particles move faster, creating thermal energy. Think of a hot cup of cocoa or a stove warming up food. Heat is just atoms moving around super fast. Sound energy is energy that travels in waves and lets us hear. When you clap your hands or talk to a friend, the sound moves through the air as vibrations, letting our ears pick it up. So, all these forms of kinetic energy make things move in different ways, whether it's objects rolling, electricity flowing, light shining, heat spreading, or sound traveling. So one more example of how potential energy changes into kinetic energy using a swing. Imagine you're sitting on a swing at the playground. Right now, you're not moving, but because you're up off the ground, you have potential energy stored. Now you pull back the swing. The higher you go, the more potential energy builds up. When you let go and start swinging forward, that stored energy turns into kinetic energy because now you're moving. As you swing back and forth, the energy keeps changing between potential when you're at the highest points and kinetic when you're moving fast. I hope you now understand the differences between potential and kinetic energy, the types of potential and kinetic energy, and how the energy can be transferred to or from an object. Until next time. I will now demonstrate potential energy and kinetic energy with this 1-minute sand timer. As you can see, before I flip the timer, the sand resting here has gravitational potential energy. It's stored due to its position, just waiting for the moment it can start moving. The moment I flip the timer, gravity takes over and the sand starts falling. As it moves through the narrow passage, its stored energy transforms into kinetic energy, the energy of motion. More specifically, the kinetic energy demonstrated is mechanical kinetic energy as the sand particles move downward. The cycle repeats until all the sand reaches the bottom. Once it's settled, the kinetic energy is gone and the sand is at rest again. To restart the process, you simply flip the timer, giving the sand new potential energy.